This show is proudly brought to you by TraderCobb.com. If you want to get bi-weekly video newsletters on the markets that are not shown anywhere else, just subscribe underneath this video on the homepage. If you'd like to get some access to the free webinars to work out exactly what these trading strategies are about, pretty simple. Just go to free webinars. And if you've got friends or family and you'd like to learn more about blockchain and what the opportunity is, well, I've got a full 40-minute course there for you under free courses. Please share this link around and get involved. And enjoy the show.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
G'day everybody and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Well, last week certainly saw the markets do some interesting things. Now I'm going to talk you through a couple of things right now. The first thing I want to say is that I was completely wrong. Basically, I was saying that last week I was saying that we would see the market push on to 10,000 and test it by the close on Monday, which is coming in half an hour. So for me, I was completely wrong, put my hand up and suggested, yep, I called it, and I called it incorrectly. What I can say, however, is the way it's pulled back now, I'm not sure if you've been following me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all those sorts of things. But I've been doing a few live sessions and whatnot. If you're watching this now, then it's pulled back into two levels. If you're not watching and you're listening on the podcast, that's fair enough, because I spoke to this on the podcast as well. Now that's the pullback into 82.12. There was a double clustered of 38.2 and a 50% fib, also combining itself with the old highs of Bitcoin. Well, we went through that level, and I said, well, if we can hit 8,000 and hold, or sorry, if we don't break 8,000, then we're still looking good. Well, the low of that candle came down to 8,005 on the Bitfinex chart, held at the 61.8, 50%, and round number of 8,000. Since then, we're up $700 odd. So it definitely held those levels I was talking of, and now I feel much safer and better protected than I did, to the bears anyway, last week. So the market's looking very, very strong, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a push above 9,000 stick again this week. Now, on the flip side of that, if something does happen, the pullback's still very much on. It needs to break down through the low of 8,000 though. If it breaks down through there before breaking up to new highs, it will have a lower high and a lower low. And if that's to be the case, then the weekly pullback is looking largely likely. But as it stands right now, Bitcoin is holding strong at $8,737. It's up 2.2% today. Ethereum is the next on the list. It's at $270, up 2.22%. Once again, exactly the same as Bitcoin. Now, the chart itself doesn't look all that interesting on any of the time frames for me when it comes to trading, so I'm going to move straight past it onto EOS. EOS was a position that I got a couple of weeks back, back around that $6 mark. I've been talking a lot to that $6 mark, even way before the push back up. Talking about that level way back in, when was it? Start of April, because it was a very strong level going back all the way back to October, November of last year, and we've pushed up through a very strong trend now, pushing on. I've definitely moved my stop up. It's now locking in profit above and beyond where it was, and the market's up 0.5% at 774 and looking quite good for the time being. Stellar Lumen's been a very messy chart. It's taken a long time to get its act together this year. As a matter of fact, I would say as much as that it hasn't got its act together just yet. It's got big candles all over the place. It's a bit up, it's a bit down, it's all over the shop. It's not a chart for trading in my view right now, so I'm going to move past it. XRP has pulled outside of that 35-cent range. As a matter of fact, we're sitting just shy of 45 cents, and there is some resistance coming up. A couple of tests around that 47.5 cents, and until we break through that point, well, we've got to suggest that it's going to stay relatively messy. We break up through that point, though, we'll have higher lows and higher highs, and we'll have plenty of room to the upside. Now, currently, we have got XRP at, as I say, 44.5 cents, up 3.71%. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that Stellar is up 3.28% as well. Litecoin holding its ground, looking very nice on that daily chart. It's just looking like a ripper, absolute ripper right now. It's above that 109 support level, holding very, very nicely, and I am waiting to see if there's any opportunities. As a matter of fact, there's a bit of resistance building up against Tether. I prefer to trade these top 10s with margin. Litecoin right now, it's just not giving me the option for any trades at this stage, whereas Tether's looking a lot better. Litecoin up 2.26% at 11479. Bitcoin Cash 442.95. It's up 2.47%. Not interested in trading Bitcoin Cash for the time being. Just a bit of an average looking chart. Again, we've got Binance. It did pull back last week into that cradle zone on the last day of the month, but I'm waiting to see a little bit more from Binance right now. It's just a little bit sideways and looking a little bit heavy. It's the only one in the top 10 that's down. It's at $33.20, down 0.5% right now. Tron had a really fantastic weekend. As a matter of fact, the last 3 days for Tron have been some really strong moves. On the daily, it pulled straight back into that 3 cent mark, and great convergence, great cyclicity, great trend, and it's pushed onto new highs within that trend. It's actually looking really, really strong right now, and it is a pair that I'm keeping a close eye on. It's nearly at 4 cents at the moment, up 3.89%. And we're going to finish it here on Cardano, as we often do. I'm not going to look at BSV because I really don't care. It's a bit too wild for me to trade at the moment. That's why I say I really don't care. It's just too much volatility around it at this stage, and it's sort of going into a very tight little range. Because of that, I'm not too interested in looking at it. But Cardano, on the other hand, it's up 6.5% right now, sitting just below that 10 cent mark. Now, that 10 cent mark is acting as a little bit of resistance. I truly believe that if we can break through that, we'll see a continuation of this trend kick on, and some great trading opportunities will present themselves over that period of time. But for the time being, it is a matter of, once again, playing that waiting game. So, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. Oh, sorry, it's not the weekend. Start to your week. I suggest that everybody who's new to this podcast that you get across my socials, get across and follow them. We've got a lot of stuff going on this week. We're going to launch some new stuff, not new product, but new opportunities. Get onto that mailing list. It's just on the homepage, www.tradercobb.com. It's underneath that video there. Plenty of stuff there for free. Look, it's important to get on that list because then you can keep plugged into what we've got coming out and when we've got that coming out. So have a fantastic start of the week, guys. Don't forget to tell your friends and family all about this podcast and what we do doing here at Trader Cobb. I appreciate it to the ends of the world. Have a great day. I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Bye for now. This show is proudly brought to you by TraderCobb.com. If you want to get bi-weekly video newsletters on the markets that are not shown anywhere else, just subscribe underneath this video on the homepage. If you'd like to get some access to the free webinars to work out exactly what these trading strategies are about, pretty simple. Just go to free webinars. And if you've got friends or family and you'd like to learn more about blockchain and what the opportunity is, well, I've got a full 40-minute course there for you under free courses. Please share this link around and get involved.